war, as they say. You need to know your enemy.
Hello.
Hello, Sherin. Apa khabar?
I am good. Just a bit distracted on the phone. Hey. I was trying to open LinkedIn on my phone. Instead, I went and opened Netflix. Phone
Ayo.
What a combination!
Yeah, that's why I think you're missing movies.
Yeah, I think I'm in the mood to watch a movie. So that's why we welcome everyone to HRTV, because this is also a movie show. So don't be like me. Come to LinkedIn, don't go to Netflix, okay? I'm so excited for today because you know what, Ajay?
Mm-hmm.
Today we are running a really special episode.
Yeah, I can see you're so excited, Sherin, in conjunction with Mental Health Month, and in collaboration with Transform. We are having this special episode, not with one, but we have got two amazing speakers with us today. So I am also excited and thrilled to see how it's going to be.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got so much of experience and thoughts to share with us, and I really can't wait. So, to those who are tuning in, thanks for joining us today. Let us know who you are by saying a hello, because otherwise, we are unaware of your name sometimes when it comes up. And also, let us know where you're tuning in from, because we've got people from local and international joining us at times. So let us know where you're joining from, Malaysia, or you're in the US, or you're in Dubai. That reminds me, next month our speaker will be from international waters, from Dubai, joining us. So let
Wow.
us know, where are you from, and have you had your lunch? If you're eating lunch now, share with us, because some of us are very hungry here, right, Ajit?
I'm
Yeah.
not. I had my lunch.
Yes. Okay, he's had his lunch. Okay, actually, I have also, because otherwise, you will not have a show that is proper. You will hear a rumble from my stomach coming out.
Correct. I managed to grab lunch today. Anyway, for those who are first time watching our show, let me share a little bit about our show. We are hashtag HRTV, commonly known as HRTV. HR intervenes as well. It's an online talk show presented by Compass Mind Asia, a renowned training provider.
Yay, that's true. And if any of you, HR and L&D, who are joining us here today and planning your training, well, look no further. What you can do is drop me a PM on LinkedIn, or email us at training@compassmind.com. And before we proceed, I really want to talk a little bit about today's episode, which is going to be how to develop a culture of health in organizations. And trust me, today it is packed with actionable insights that you won't want to miss. So you better stay on. And Ajit, you want to continue a little bit about the episode?
Yeah, and from our today's episode is about mental health and what we can do. We have got two wonderful speakers, and in our previous episodes, we have engaged in wonderful discussions with HR experts, covering various HR topics such as career development and other HR related topics. We have delved in fantastic topics. For example, to start off with, managing workplace burnout, future at work, the art of DNA, managing stress, you name it, we have covered. So all of that are available in our sessions. We have done 4 different sessions. Now we are running our 5th session. But today is a special episode. Today is actually in conjunction with mental health, and we are collaborating with Transform as well. Okay.
Yeah, correct. And before I also proceed, you know what? I see there's quite a lot of people who've joined the show but haven't said hello. Come on, guys, say hello to us. We want to say hi back to you, Ajit and I, both of us. And well, if you are here, say hello. And in case you need to leave halfway or what, do take note that this show is actually placed on my YouTube together with all past episodes. And you can go to my YouTube channel, which is called Shireen Kelly. Not now, though, later, to watch all the previous episodes. Well, the YouTube link is in the ticker below. Okay, so if you're wondering whether you are in the right place, I want to assure you, yes, you are, because this show is tailored only for you. Whether you are working, whether you are freelancing, whether you're a business owner, or especially if you're in the HR, then this show is definitely for you. So we see Siti Haniza. Hi, Siti
Yeah,
Haniza.
yeah, Niza.
Hi,
We have
Bhavani, and hi, LinkedIn.
Bhavani.
LinkedIn user hasn't appeared on my phone, on my screen yet, so I'm not sure who is that.
Mm.
Welcome, welcome. We love having you guys here.
Yeah, welcome all. Welcome everybody. Some of them I know personally. Thank you for joining us today. We also have hello. This is from YouTube. They think Nazrailun Nasbi. Okay, hello. As usual, please do interact with us. Tell us where you're doing, where you are dialing in from, and what are you having for lunch. We purposely kept this program between 1 to 2, so everybody and anybody could dial in with no excuse. This is your lunch break. This is your time. Dial in, chat with us, listen to this. It's big-size learning, and trust me, today you definitely will learn a lot of things. Okay, before I move on, my name is Ajit. I am currently attached to FGV. I'm doing culture transformation. With me, I have got Shireen Kelly, who everybody knows. Shireen, over to you to blow your trumpet.
Okay, let me blow my trumpet. I'm Shireen Kelly. For those who don't know me, I would love to get to know you. I'm the managing director of Compass Mind Asia. And in collaboration with Transform, today we'd like to welcome all of you to HR Interventions Season 5, Episode 5, which is a special episode made only for you.
Welcome back, everybody. And we have got more people signing up here. I've got Dian, Hafini, Yusuf. Then we have Lisa Chong also saying, hello, bro. I am here to support. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Lisa is also like a sister. Thank you. Thank you. No,
I was
fantastic.
wondering which bro she meant because we got 3 bros here today. And I'm going, please, sis, and she don't want to support me. Okay, never mind. And you know what? I'm actually quite excited to have found out who the LinkedIn user is Zul Hazman. Hi, Zul Hazman.
Zul Hazman. I know him also. Very good friend of mine. Okay,
All
okay.
your kawan-kawan. And then we have got Shahairul. Hi, Shireen. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shireen, without further ado, please introduce our two speakers. I think everyone is so excited to jump into and to get to know our speakers.
Yeah, man, even I'm excited to introduce them. So today, guys, we've got 2 wonderful and amazing speakers. The first one is none other than Laurence Yap. Who doesn't know him, right? The
Yes.
icon in the HR industry. He brings with him 20 years of HR experience from multinational companies such as Pfizer, PayPal, and First Solar. As a regional HR advisor for Huacomm, and Dean of the School of AI. Oh, he's the AI man, okay, at UOA Academy. He advocates for AI in workplace practices to enhance workplace effectiveness and efficiency. A recognized HR influencer in Southeast Asia, Laurence has authored a book on AI impact on workforce learning. He is also the co-founder of HRLC, which is the Human Resource Leaders Circle, and Transform Global. These organizations, they focus on advancing HR practices, really building HR communities, touching HR lives. That's what Laurence is all about. Laurence holds degrees from University of Malaya and is pursuing doctoral studies in learning organizations, furthering his expertise in OD, organizational development. So Laurence is the main one person who's coming in, and the second speaker for today, the second guest for today, is also someone very well known in the industry. His name is Andrew Chan. He's a seasoned HR leader with over 30 years of experience. 30, that's a lot, across diverse industries, including manufacturing, property, technology, and many more. He has held multiple senior leadership roles, specializing in HR management, organizational transformation, succession planning, and business operational improvement. His career spans across startups to large scale ventures in Southeast Asia, where he's led strategic change and operational turnarounds. Wow, very powerful, I tell you. Currently, Andrew is the CHRO, Chief Human Resource Officer at Press Metal Group, driving HR strategy and talent development for one of the world's leading aluminium company. So, guys, with these two leaders, and together with Ajit for sure, three leaders in the room today, HR leaders, please help me welcome by giving a big clap and heart emojis to welcome Laurence Yap and Andrew Chan.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Sunny. Hi, everybody. Yeah.
Hello,
Thanks for
Andrew. Hello, Andrew, and hello, Lawrence. Both of them are
Hello.
not new to our channel. They have done our programs before. Welcome back again.
thank you.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
before we move on, let's acknowledge some of our users. Shahrul Azhar Shahlin. Hi, Shireen, top consultant in Malaysia. My God, Shireen, recognition for you. And Ajit, love both of you guys. So inspiring. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lisa, bro Koljit, I support you too, Shireen. You see, Shireen, you pun ada. Okay, Saikat, thank you for your message. And Saikat, how are you doing, ma'am? Alah, you jadi ma'am already now lah.
The only memory is me. Okay.
Yes,
Let's
yes.
be the rose among the thorns today.
Yes,
All
okay. Welcome, wonderful two gentlemen. We are so excited. Normally we have one. Today we have two. I can see Shireen having a tough time introducing one after the other. Ayo. Okay, good. Something new that we are doing in collaboration with Transform. We are so excited to learn more about your journey and also your perspective of how you see things. Why not tell us something about yourself that the audience might not really know? You know, maybe a fun fact about yourself or your favorite hobbies. Let's start with Laurence first.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Loud
okay.
and clear, Laurence.
Now better.
Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Ajit, you can hear me.
Can.
Okay.
Can.
Yeah, fun fact about me is that I have one wife.
Lucky you.
And yeah, of course. I love traveling and love to eat, especially all the good food in Malaysia.
Mm.
Okay, I want to
Okay.
emphasize that to the guests, Laurence. Okay, audiences, if you heard him, I want to re-emphasize. He said he loves eating food of Malaysia. If you see him, you don't believe he actually eats, but he really loves his food. So you really want to learn about this topic from him because he knows how to control things and still eat enjoy food and still control the weight. So Lawrence, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, never mind. For Andrew, introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Lawrence. Hi, guys. Sharing, Najib, and the rest of you on the lines, and thanks for joining this event today. Lawrence and I, we are buddies. We have been friends for more than 10 years, actually, counting back. Both
Yes,
of us
yes.
are skinny, as you can see. We are all healthy, hopefully. Both of us
Stop
love.
talking about skinny. Stop talking about that.
Ajit.
We love to
Sherry,
eat. We were actually talking about
I
this
am
topic.
logging off anytime soon. Okay, I'm going to dial out. Okay.
No, no, no. No more about skinny, fat,
Sorry,
thin,
sorry.
left, right. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, okay. As Sharing has earlier introduced a little bit of my background, so as you can, I'm not young anymore by the counting of the number of years working, but also rich in terms of traveling to many countries and also living in some of the countries like in China. I was there for 3-4 years, and also Cambodia there for another 3-4 years. So been to so many places, partly due to my job in the earlier part of my career where I need to travel and also need to be, on assignment to those countries. Having said that, to so many countries, I still find Malaysia as still an amazing place and still the best place to live and to work with, because the food is just you never run out of. Sorry, back to the food again. Still never run tired of the food, and of course, the most importantly is the amazing people that we have. I know these are some of the wealth that we should treasure as we move around. I think this is genuinely from the bottom of my heart. In Malaysia, you'll never get tired of meeting up with different people from diverse backgrounds, and also the food again, of course.
Yeah,
Back
I
to you,
agree with
Shay.
Andrew. I have lived abroad and worked abroad like Andrew. Really, the food in Malaysia is so many types of food we can actually try every day. Today maybe it's the Indian food, then tomorrow is Korean, Japanese, Mongolia even. So many types of food. Yeah.
Fantastic. I like that very much. You can't beat that. No? You go around the world, best is Malaysia. We are heaven for food. We are heaven for shopping. We are a diverse culture. Nothing beats Malaysia.
Mm.
Totally agree. Okay, we have got one of our user, Nur Fatiha, saying that she's having nasi lemak. Oh my God, nasi lemak. Okay, and we have got this. I like this statement so much. Dr. Michael Lu, he's telling us ada dua high profile speakers. Yes, doctor, we have two today in the house, not one. Okay, this year your budget mesti banyak Sherin and Koljit kan. Kita selalu budget banyak. Okay, kita selalu
Korean
budget banyak.
no.
Ada ke budget dah. Okay, and then we have Ishwari saying hello. Okay, very good. As we discuss culture of health, let's start by understanding what does this actually means. A healthy culture is about embedding well-being into organization DNA, including creating a psychological safe environment, which I really like, for employees to feel valued and empower them and by prioritizing their health. So that is really important. That's what we actually mean by health culture. When operational systems support employees' well-being without compromising efficiency. So that's what our topic is going to talk about. Okay, and this is a very new terms that are being, but mostly it's very practical. Okay, there are big questions today. How to cultivate this culture of health, in an organization, and how can this be developed in organization either by stages or what. So the questions, and we only have the questions. We have got two experts to give us all the answer. Shall we begin, Shireen?
Yeah, we shall begin. In fact, I want to re-clarify that, guys. We have two experts here, but we will have one more expert who will be pulling in along the way. Ajit, you are not going to run away from answering some questions today, please.
I thought we have two. I keep quiet.
So we got Three experts, Michael. All right. So, guys, I've got the question. First question for any one of you. Okay, either Andrew or Lawrence and Ajit, please jump in. The first question goes this way: what is one practical step your organization has taken to promote mental health awareness among the employees? Because mental health is a very big thing now. So, in your organizations, if you can share one thing that one practical step that you all have taken that others can actually learn from.
Yeah,
Lawrence, you want
I
to start?
I think the mental health awareness is especially important during COVID and after COVID until today. So even before mental health, the emphasis of mental health, actually of the company I work with, especially in a pharmaceutical company that I've been working in Malaysia and Singapore, there were actually put a lot of emphasis even for the physical health. If you have some uh, you have some illness, they even subsidize your drugs that prescribed by the doctor, and also they do a lot of like physical health talk about certain illnesses in the company. So, but things are changed after COVID-19. More talk about stress management, multitasking, causing worse stress, and also a lot more about emphasis on mental health after the COVID. So I think this trend changes, and then now evolving. Some of the company begin to re-emphasize on the physical health, not only mental health again. So I think this is how I see the trend. So especially in the US, that's why the term called a culture of health is coined recently to reiterate this sort of trend changes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yes. What Lawrence say, just to write on what Lawrence just mentioned, I think for my organization, I think we look at it a bit more holistic perspective, because health can encompass quite a number of angles. So we actually use a bit more. When you talk about health, people get a little bit of jittery, alarm that health, that related to wellness, illness or disease, or you're not well. So we in our organization we tend to use a bit more holistic term or more friendly terms. We call it well-being actually. So well-being, of course, encompass physical and also emotional perspective of it. Our approach here will be quite different. I think in the past years that we do actually we use because many years ago we used to have so-called a toll-free line that you can call in if you got any problems with psychology or mental health, or somebody you can go to a room, fix a time that you can quietly go to the room and then speak to them. But that kind of things, it seems doesn't really effective in terms of people have this mental stigma of going to those places, pick up the phone to call that number, because you in a way that you can't cross your own self psychological barrier to do that action. So what we did, we changed our approach a little bit different. We actually come out with a kind of exercise that you do, or more like a feedback exercise, which built in a lot of questionnaires to sort of eluding out some of the stress, the anxiety, and also the depression, the kind of mental state that we try to find out from individuals. So we send that questionnaire out to individual employees to ask them to answer a series of questions. From there, we collect data. Company behind that, we collect data, we analyze it, and then from there we will try to find some common theme, common topics that related to any one of those items that I just mentioned: depression, anxiety, stress. From there, we come up with a series of activities that spread across the year, that we will try to encourage certain people who has come back with a response collected in our data to participate in some of those group activities. Later on, I think later part of the show, I will probably run through some of the activities, the real activities that we have done in the past year, to let you have a flavor of what we have done to counter some of these issues. Yeah, back to sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Interesting.
nice.
Yeah, very interesting. So you do this survey for every employee. All employees
Yes.
they must participate. They must do the survey.
Yes. And then, in fact, we actually, after we run through that series of so-called well-being activities over the year, at the end of the year, we do another round of employee survey. Actually, we receive very positive, feedbacks actually from the data. Now it's a big data, age era that we're looking at. How can we use big data to better analyze and respond to employee needs in terms of this well-being subject.
Okay, I just want to get it clear, Andrew. You do it together with your employee engagement survey, or do you do a separate survey about, you send a separate questionnaire just to understand about mental well-being?
At the end of the year, because every year we do run employee feedback survey.
Yeah,
We
employee
do
engagement
not,
survey.
because we don't want to specifically mention that mental health is one of the subjects. So we actually put it
Incorporate.
together so that people are not so sensitive to this
Understand.
subject. But then from the questionnaire that you ask, the way that you ask, it can skillfully extract some of the useful data and signals from the employees that in this area there is an improvement on it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Very
very true. In fact, Ajit, I also want to ask you, in your organization, what are some of the practical steps your organization? Would you like to share some also?
I think one of it is we are also analyzing the data for our medical usage. From there itself, we can pick up a lot of information, not just gathering data, like what Andrew said. I think that's something that most organizations are already doing. But we also take a deeper dive into our spending. Because we have medical benefits to our employees. How is their spending pattern? Where are they spending? What are they doing? Is it because they are on prolonged illness medication, or is it because they are using they falling up into more hospitalization or clinical? And if it's clinical, what kind of illness is it? Fever, or is it more of mental related, health related? So we are zooming down more into that part, understanding the usage of the medical support that we have provided, so that we have more solid, tangible data before we can come up with action. So we use that as well. And one of the measures that we are doing is we are also filtering doc- we are allowing our employees to do second opinion. Because sometimes they go to one doctor, they get diagnosed for one reason, but actually there can be other options, alternate medication and whatever. No. So we are moving more towards that type of an option, not being very rigid, but allowing the employee to use it in more diverse manner, and make a better decision for their health.
Mm.
Lost you for a while. We panicked.
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Ajit has just said, I think is correct. I think nowadays with these AI things coming on stream and getting more into it, I think there will be a time where we're able to deep dive into some of those traditional data. For example, MCs, for example, the places which particular clinics that the employees like to visit. What even we can even drill down to what kind of doctors that they prefer. Then I think from HR perspective, from a company perspective, we actually can fine tune, make our offer in terms of helping the employees to be able to come out and then and say what are the areas that they need the most help. So I think we are be a bit more target and also be more precise in terms of offering really the benefits that the employees would love to enjoy. Yeah.
Betul.
Mm.
Yeah, I like
Customer
to share with
Mm.
this part also. What Ajib and Andrew say is very important. If the HR have the database, the doctors and the hospital, their operation cost, their success of treatment, the success of their surgeon surgery operation. Company like Mercer or Eon, they may have such data that we can leverage. But the other very interesting part is about the AI. Lately, I've been using this AI for personal healthcare to diagnose the blood tests, the medical reports on my own, and the drugs and the treatment I receive to study about how effective it is. What is the clinical trial? What are the options for Ayurveda or traditional Chinese medicine using AI, especially CHRO and CHRO3, which have very rich data to
Mm.
to actually educate myself so that I'm better informed when I meet the doctor. I can have a better conversation with the doctors and look at my treatment. So I thought this, if we can translate into something, into a course to teach the employee how to take care of personal employee by leveraging the AI, would be able to somehow make the employee healthier and thus improve the productivity of the company.
Agreed. Well said. Okay, thank
I
you.
so agree.
Yeah, I do agree. That takes me to our next question. Can you share the mental health program that your companies are organizing, or you any of your ex companies, previous companies are organizing?
Yeah, some
Hmm.
examples of things
Yeah,
that you all have organized.
Yeah.
Okay, let me have the one that is failed and the one that is successful. Then Andrew and Ajit can share. The one that not doing so successful is the EAP kind of mental assisted uh, counseling program. That means that if you or your parents or your auntie that's involved family member or your dogs or cats have problem, mental problem, and you can this call to the company assign mental counseling organization. So the initiative, it looks good, but unfortunately in Asia, in 1 year we only get out of thousand of employees, 2 or 3 people for the consecutive 2 3 years. So in this respect, we are not. Is it that because in Asian we feel there's a stigma if we look for someone talk about mental, you gila dah. So something like that. But in the West, seeing a shrink, they like to use this term, seeing a psychologist is something common. They even prescribe drugs. In Asia, malu nak berjumpa. So I think this one is, I think we have to find out another way to approach it. The other
Yeah.
mental health that is successful is that we have Andrew and I, plus Ajit also, we gone through a mental resilience program. This resilience program are organized by Fishcam, the fellas, that is has 6 weeks of uh, like 2 hours meeting regularly with a group of 15 20 people using the mobile apps, using online, and talk about sleep, stress, and many other issues. I find that one is quite effective, and also there's a good sharing there. Even the end of the sixth session, we have a party that we meet face to face. Okay, that's all for me here.
interesting.
Yeah.
Andrew,
Yeah.
what you have said, but
Well, yeah, earlier I think in the other part I already shared quite a fair bit about the current programs that running on in my organizations, and then based on the exercise or the questionnaire or the exercise or the test that we've done, I think we have come up with a series of program over the years. So to mention some of those interesting one will be which is I think Laurence has mentioned earlier. We are quite surprised that a lot of our employees actually turn out in our TCM programs, traditional Chinese medicine programs that we run in-house, where we invited close to about 8 or 9 these TCM practitioner. These are young people. I know traditionally people come to my TCM must be old sincere, the seafood, come from those old school. But these are young people, those TCM qualified people from some of the you'll be surprised some of the university in Malaysia that actually run TCM. One of them is INTI actually. INTI, I actually visited their school, their TCM school, traditional Chinese medicine school, recently at their graduations. Quite interesting. They have a very well defined programs that run. I'm not advertising for INTI's university, but indeed those schools you're quite surprised they actually run. And also they have every year they have close to about 20, 30 TCM trained doctors qualified, to be able to come out to the society to serve them. So our TCM programs, we actually in collaboration. I think some of this idea you can probably use also in your organization. Those are online in HR, doing HR to run. They will be happy to help because now there's a lot of competition to say the TCM school come out with a lot of competition. And also a lot of programs that from bone adjusting, for example. Bone adjusting used to be traditionally, the forte of the chiropractors, those the Western trained, so-called practitioner in chiropractic. But then TCM, in fact, bone adjustment is one of their courses, one of their subjects that they actually train in. And it's quite effective. And the turnout is quite well received by our employees actually. So we have that program, and some of those people say, when can we do it the next time? Because bone adjusting by some of the qualified people, and then they walk away with a formulation of, the TCM, they always work with the herbs and concoctions of medication to calm you down. And some of them are talking about emotional stress relieving medication. Not really, they don't call it medication. It's more like adjustment. In Chinese medicine, we talk about adjustment. They never talk about treatment. They talk about adjustment, finding the balance between the yin and the yang, and then also how can you breathe in a proper way, and then how can you sleep better in that way. So I think some of these non-conventional well-being programs, I think you can start to roll out, because I think in today's world, a lot of youngsters actually they are quite open-minded to and then we have a lot of non-Chinese employees actually come and try to explore, what is this TCM, and then try to talk to that 8 to 9 TCM doctors, qualified doctors, and they find the engagement is quite easier in terms of age group level is closer, between the doctors and the employees. So just to share some of those programs that we're running now.
Interesting.
We've got some that failed and some that really did well. So yeah, so that's some learning. Ajit, do you want to share on your part of your company? What kind of health programs you all have done?
Yeah, but there's quite a lot. We also focus on both. We want to keep the yin and the yang balance as well. So we have physical programs. We do encourage people to do workouts and things like that. We even have a gym in our building, allowing people to go. We want to practice, but of course, this has been something that everybody else is doing a long time back. A part of that, our focus is a lot on mental health. We have mental health week. We do mental health programs. We give talks. We encourage all that. And then I also want to conquer what Laurence said, EAP. EAP in my previous setups, we wonderfully did it for, even we use international providers, but the takers was hardly a handful. Asian people don't really talk. They don't really open up. But there's one that I really like very much. I've seen one organization that actually, this is one that I was actually training and talking to. They have got in-house consultants. So they empower or they train these in-house consultants to become in-house advocates of mental health or well-being. So people can walk up to them and talk to them any point of time. And these are mostly people who are very religiously aligned. So like all these ustads and all these, senior people and all that. About motherly figure kind of a person, fatherly figure kind of a person. So these are the kind of people. So they become in-house consultant. They are trained, they are empowered, they are allowed to have sessions with people to talk, and then it becomes a little bit. That means it's like an EAP, but on a smaller scale, but in-house, and that apparently worked out so well for them. People are willing. People may not walk out like what Laurence said. People may not walk up to say that they got mental issues or they got what, but they may speak to you for advice on their marital problems, on their family problems, on their, and that is actually a start of all this mental well-being. That will be the fundamental. So they need it from the fundamental part of it. People can talk about anything, about husband, about wife, about their pets, about their neighbors, about anything to these consultants, or about this to these counselors. So I think that is something very, very good and very easy to administer as well. You can get people to do that. I think that would be one very good practice that organization should be encouraging and should be allowing people to have.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
good because
Yeah,
you go
sure.
to the root cause. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, Shirley, so just to add on, something came to my mind. I think traditionally you dealing with in a company you're dealing with this stress, mental health. I think we are quite used to organizing this stress management class, yoga class, all this. I think we shouldn't be shy away from bringing in some of the creativity in terms of well-being programs. For example, some of those things that beside the TCM I just mentioned, we also bring inside manicure, pedicure into the company. You'll be surprised that certain people find it a little bit more relaxed by doing manicure and pedicure together in a group inside the office. Which we observe that is quite effective. Yeah, you actually pull closer between the superior and the subordinate relationship, and also the peer, teamwork, and doing pedicure and manicure together. We also do some perfume formulation together. We actually get some people from outside, the coach or the vendor who come in to help you how to create your own perfume, for example. Some of these exercises are creative, but it actually pull a shield or I would say the relationship closer between the team members and also superior. And I'm trying to stress here. I think we shouldn't be shy away from creativity with bringing activities into the organizations.
Yeah,
We are
I want to.
we are having
sorry.
one recently. We're going to have one 30th of May. We're going to have massages. People can go in. It's carnival. You have foot. We're going to also do foot massage. So you can imagine. I can imagine the counter is going to be so busy. Foot massages, neck massages, shoulder massages. These are all going to be. These are all different, innovative. I mean, those days people may shy away from all that, but I think now these are all things that is needed. It's part of the the ecosystem nowadays in organizations. Yeah, Laurence, you're saying?
Mm. Yeah, I want to ask Andrew and Ajib sharing more of the example. Some few of the things come to my mind. The first one is about flexi benefit. In Berjaya, that my ex-employee, we Christians has initiated the flexi benefit to be used for TCM. We use for TCM treatment. You are allowed to claim. So you also allowed. Sometimes maybe some company also use it to buy nutrition, vitamin. That will help in the physical health using the flexi benefit for portion. Yeah. Secondly, also, I think like you say, we can bring in those sessions that have very effective treatment or adjustment. Like I share with Ajit and Andrew, we can invite people to talk about medication gas, like hydrogen and oxygen, something new. We won't talk about mineral or maybe vitamin. Do you know that if you lack of zinc, you will lose your smell and you lost your taste, just like what happened in COVID. If you take zinc, it will restore. If you have migraine, you cannot sleep, you have nutrition, you have muscle cramp, twitching. If you take magnesium, it will be recovered. So these are the things that people do not know and not usually know. If we can get a nutritionist or good in this area, it will help improve that health. Uh, of course, like the other thing you can do also beginning to accept your treatment, the claim or medical claim at the TCN, Ayurveda, not only medical doctors. That would
Yeah.
also have another impact to their personal health.
Nice. So zinc connects with, if you don't have sense of smell or taste, it will come back with zinc.
Yes, it's not only like zinc. If you have potassium, if you have heartbeat irregularity, high blood pressure, heart problem, you take potassium. If you take Ajinomoto in the Chinese restaurant habitation, you take potassium like small portion of a teaspoon. The heartbeat will recover very fast. Also, these are people not aware.
Take a banana. No, banana, coconut water. All right. Yeah, thanks so much. Those are very insightful information you all really shared. And Fairuz said interesting medi pedi and perfumery. Yeah, actually, those are very creative ideas that you all came up with.
Okay,
So,
one more thing I'd like to share is that the company like HR department can also compile a lot of websites that have personal health or mental health or physical health
Mm.
to let the employee to access. Like for example, I find that in the website, the one very well-known company called Intellect. So they have apps, in the Google apps you can download. Inside, even the free access to a lot of mental issue or they will have a lot of learning lesson. I believe some company like LinkedIn or some of the things they also have mental health or physical health or link or video. So the HR department or especially the learning manager can compile a list of these things and send to the employee to newsletter or even WhatsApp or company bulletin.
mm, a lot of different options. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
let's pull in some questions from the audience also. Audiences, if you all have any questions at all for any of the three gentlemen, please put it in the chat box and we will get the questions answered. All right. Remember, take advantage of this. Ask as much questions as you have within this area of mental health, since we are in the mental health month. So,
Mm.
I have another question for all of you. Laurence, you want to take it first? What role does leadership play in fostering a culture of health within an organization?
The leadership is very play a very important role. If they are health conscious CEO, I'm sure they will be very much open or even to it and also allocate fund for those activities through the employee engagement. If they are, however, if they don't believe in preventive, so they may not be so supportive of those activities. But however, there are things that HR itself can do. Like I show you the employee engagement to medical talks, or even publish the link or apps that related to mental and physical health are very low budget. But with the leadership supportive of it, I think the culture of health maybe even goes beyond mental and physical health. They'll go beyond and talk about leadership, leadership development. If a leaders manage like a monster, then the life of the employee will be like health, like micromanage, bully then they will have a lot of stress. Then the MC and medical bill will be increased tenfold.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, I think that's quite true. I think you know, the mental of any leaderships. We are talking about walking the talk. Walking the talk is important. So participations, you know, first-hand participation by the leaders. Leaders, not necessarily just the CEO, but also the team leader, you know, head of departments should engage and should participate if they really believe in what the company is, you know, professing in terms of health. Is the number one, or the well-being of the employees is the number one agenda in any company, because healthy employees will produce a healthy company. And of course, down the line will be financially, you know, a lot of other things will coming in. So walking the talk is definitely one of the priorities. And as a HR, I think as a HR, in that we in charge of learning, definitely I think one of the competencies that we like to have in all the managers is to be able to have to walk the talk, you know, to be able to participate, to ensure that they have really a real concern about the well-being and the health of each and every one of their team members by participating in the well-being programs that the company has you know, penned out in all the activities. Yes.
Being participating one thing, and also being empathetic about their staff at times, you know, when they're not well or something has happened within their families, about taking note of it and being empathetic about it. We have a question from Fairuz actually. Flexi benefits of supplements and TCM as another alternative. Oh, she agrees to what you guys have said, which is great. All right, Ajit, you want to go to the next question?
Yeah, we also would like to ask the audience, what do they think, or what are the consequences of having bad leadership on employees' health? And how do you handle these issues as well? If you have any comments, what do you think bad leadership? So please do feel free to post your comments. And I do agree with Laurence and Andrew that end of the day, it starts from the leaders. The top will need to walk the talk. And yeah, you are right, Shireen. Empathy, very, very important. Okay, let's go to our next question. Measurement is key to sustaining culture of health. How can organization measure the success of their culture of health initiatives?
Hmm.
I think the most direct one, of course, you look in the MC, you know, I mean, some of those are very direct. If the drop in number of employees, you know, taking out MC over the year, definitely is a very solid, you know, indicators of the working on certain program or the health, you know, condition or state of the employees are improving. But having said that, also as the, you know, the world getting a bit more complicated and the world getting a bit more data driven, I think there could be a time where we'll be able to drill down into a little bit more details in looking at you know, what can we, you know, link productivity in terms of data. I'm not currently, we probably find it a bit challenging to link the company productivity directly to the programs, you know, the well-being programs that we try to roll out in the companies. But I will foresee that will come a time where we'll be able to link the company productivity in terms of the return of investment, in terms of the cost benefits analysis, in terms of to the point where you do one activities, you will see the P&L or the financial improvement in your company has gone up, you know, that kind of thing. So I really vision that day will come, you know, in very near future with this, you know, the improvement in technologies, you know, AI kind of things. You know. Lawrence, back to you. You are AI expert, you know. Will
Yeah.
that be a day?
Okay, once that I have this idea, I'm still having this idea, because for my study, magnesium, if you take 500 milligram for 8 months, you are able to normalize your high blood pressure. This is from the global 16 study. So
Even
if
even
you
with no control on the weight.
yes, even with no control of the weight, because these are the global study, they find out that you must take 480 milligram to be exact, and above, then you can normalize in 8 months. So if a company is allowed in pilot run, allowed maybe 5 of the high blood pressure, because high blood pressure and cholesterol drugs, these two drugs, is monthly taken by the employee, which costs the company a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot. So, and also they had take MC to see the doctor. There's also loss of productivity. So in my mind, if a person take 8 months of hypertension and 10 months, maybe 12 months of cholesterol, they can normalize it. Imagine that after 1 year, they don't need to spend money on these two drugs and save a lot of MC. Wow, I think that would be the real data.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I want to try it and transform into what to call a science, something data driven, because you had the magnesium, you had the people with the pre and post, then you can see the previous MC. You're able to come up with this kind of data for what Andrew Chan said. This is only a small part, but this save a lot of money in terms of these two particular two drugs.
That's very powerful.
Mm,
Even just using supplements, it can help you in reversing some of the issues that you have, which
they regulate it. Sorry, yeah.
regulate, and then
Mm.
it reduces your MCs, which in turn increases the productivity of the company. Yeah,
Yes, I'm
very
going to do
quickly.
this experiment.
Yeah, very quickly. I just have one question. Maybe we can answer that in a quick 1 minute before we go into the closing, because we are running out of time very quickly today. It's more on the AI and technology. So, Lawrence, I know that you use a lot of AI in managing health and improvising on health. Would you
Mm.
like to share a little bit on the probably mental, physical, and also the kind of food that people could eat to actually look at, or using AI to improve their health so that their productivity can go up?
Let me just quickly touch base with this area. If you use AI, uh, I would propose you use Claude AI, because a lot of doctors and using the Claude AI, CLAUDE. A
Pro
lot of
AI.
us when we have certain illness, we do not know what is the symptom. If you take the drugs, what will be the side effect? What is the efficacy of the treatment? And we don't know a lot of these things. We are like completely leave it to the doctors. But
Mm.
doctors, they are very good in the area. But somehow, when there is a new development, when there are other options, TCM or Ayurveda, or there are other options of the drugs, and also that they can study, they may not aware of all these scopes that because as a patient we are more focused. Doctor have to study, have to know everything, so they may not be so specialized. So you as a patient, you can use leverage AI to study about your illness, and also the treatment and food. What sort of food you should take if you have hypertension. But using AI, you must also fact check. If you use Pro AI, you fact check with ChatGPT or even Flow or Perplexity to fact check. And I would say that AI is a machine that can give you second opinion or third
Mm.
opinion. Do not rely solely on that. Disclaimer, you still need to go back to your medical profession, that is a doctors. But at least you are aware, you enlarge the scope, and yeah, you can make a more informed decision. This is in terms of AI. Yeah. In future, I will actually now try run a course on this during the NT.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, and then also in terms of food, I think it's good you take those food like which is alkaline. Alkaline it will bring electricity in your body to transmit among the cell and neuron. But you use acid food, Acid food is like rice. That's why acid food cannot conduct electricity. After makan nasi, you are going to start tidur because the other tenaga, the other electricity generate to those acid food. But 90% of the food we eat are acidic. So the normal balance is 80% alkaline food, 20% acid food. Alkaline
Okay.
diet, something like that.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Lauren. We are running really short of time. Sharon, you see, when too many speakers, the 1 hour just flies. Okay,
And it's
just
so
to
interesting.
yeah, it's so interesting, and we want to know more. We want to hear more. Fantastic. So we managed to speak a lot today. We talk about creating a physical, safe environment for people. Then we talk about subsidizing component medical for employees. We talk about collecting data by Andrew. They can able to manage depression, empathy, what are looking at stress and depression and whatever not. And then we also talk about EAP program, which is literally not practical in most organizations. Then we talk about flexi benefits. Then we talk about Chinese traditional medicines as options. These are all options that we have. I like the part where you introduce perfume workshops.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and then we also talk about leadership. Leadership plays a very important role. They need to do it. They need to be part of all this. They need to be part of this. And we also talk about a lot of others. AI, how AI could help us, and when whatnot. I like the part where Lawrence shared about magnesium. 500 milligrams, 8 months consumption can eliminate your blood pressure problem. I like that very much.
Yeah.
So with that, I think today's conversation was really, really good. And we have approached the end of our session for the day. So we should thanks Lawrence and Andrew for such a insightful information and a lot of wonderful sharing and
Okay,
also
please.
for this
Okay.
serious discussion today.
I want to add something. The 500 milligram magnesium is the elemental magnesium, not elemental magnesium or pure magnesium.
Pure
Disclaimer,
magnesium.
disclaimer. Yeah.
So elemental,
If you
okay.
take like magnesium citrate, one pill maybe only 10 or 12% are elemental magnesium. You probably need to take 3 to 4 every day.
Okay.
Just to tell everybody about this.
So for those who want more information, can find Lawrence later. We will share his information how to get linked in with him. And Bhavani also said today the last comment from Bhavani, a very good topic, but ending so short. Totally agree.
It
Totally agree.
Short.
really does feel really short. Anyway,
Yes.
a big thanks to Transform for collaborating in hosting this special episode today. Before we end, if you have any questions, you can connect with Lawrence and Andrew uh, in their LinkedIn. I think we're going to put the link below. Make sure you connect with them and ask any amount of questions. Getting into AI to actually look into your health and getting a second and third opinion from AI, I think is a fabulous thing to do. And that's a wrap for today's episode. Again, I'd like to thank all of you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed and learned a lot from today's discussion. We'll see you guys very soon on our next episode of HRTV. Until then, stay tuned. We'll catch up soon. Remember, serious discussions only.
Only.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.